What up, ninjas? It's Fate Swim. A lot of you guys don't know who I am yet. Uh, I'm a new streamer. I have 100 followers at this point and one whopping subscription. I have an average of about 5 viewers. So I'm very much a small streamer. And I'm here to share my journey with you. So you guys can see what it's like starting out as a small streamer, understanding some of the things that you have to go through, and maybe teaching y'all a little bit along the way. So, a little bit about me. I am 47, almost 50. Uh, I speak little bits of different languages. I draw, write, etc., etc. I do different voices. I was going to do voice acting at one time. That's why I got this mic. I got a really nice mic because I was going to do voice acting. And sometimes I just slip into character a bit, you know. It's like I don't even realize I'm doing it sometimes. You got me, bro. So, yeah, it just happens at times. Kind of, I don't know. It's like my brain does a little shift, and I can do different characters and all kinds of stuff. So you'll be seeing a lot of that on here. Hear me do a bunch of silly voices. Um, I've put a lot of hours into becoming a streamer. When I first started, basically what happened was I got in an accident at work. I got burnt up a little bit, and yeah, got kind of hurt, and so I can't work anymore. And so I decided that I would finally live the dream and play video games for a living. I always played a lot of video games. When I was younger, my friends would go rent video games so that I would play them, and they would just sit around and watch me play. And I was just always like, man, these guys are paying all this money to watch me play a game. Like, why don't y'all want to play the game? But they didn't. They wanted to watch me. So uh, I knew there was something to it, and so now I just decided to give it a try. When I first started out, I tried to start out. I started out basically on Twitch, um, from zero. I didn't have a Facebook. I didn't have a media following. I don't have Twitter, Instagram. Uh, what is it? TikTok. No, well, no, I've got a Twitter that I started. I don't know, like a month ago, maybe. Like to try to get something free on Bleach Brave Souls, but that's it. But anyway, like, so no media following, and so I kind of started watching other streamers, small streamers, and seeing what they did, and I noticed, they kind of would talk a lot, even if nobody was there, which is what you want because later on people will watch your videos, they'll see you talking, and they're like, oh, this guy's, he's willing to talk to us. He's not going to sit there all quiet. So I thought that was pretty neat. And what ended up happening was I ran into a person that was in this Discord group called LSW, and I went and I checked out LSW, and it's basically it's like a group of people, and they're all or mostly streamers, and we support each other. So like I would go and watch them, and hang out with them and chill with them and stuff, and cut up and chat, and in return, whenever I streamed, hopefully somebody would come see me and chat, holler at me a little bit, and it's worked out fairly well. I've met a lot of really awesome people, and I'm proud to call them part of my family. So if you're an LSW, part of my family. Anyway, that is a really good strategy doing the Discord things. I think my brother's wife started one, and it took her a month to hit affiliate. It took me a week. Within another week, I was at 100 followers. So if I can do it, you can do it. You know what I mean? I'm not some wonderful, great personality that's got all this stuff. So I'm basically an unknown in the world at this point, and I got 100 followers. So uh, I'm gonna tell you how I got there. Still not making much money at all. You really don't make much money at all at this level. You're not gonna earn a living off of it for sure. It does take a lot of time. It took a lot of time to learn Twitch Studio. Now I've switched to OBS. It's taken even more time for that. I had issues with audio, like the mic would sound staticky, and so I had to figure that out. Then I had the mic was sounding tinny in my headphones, and it was just because it was playing back through my headphones, which it shouldn't have been. So I've had to do a lot of work, a lot of research, a lot of effort. I did pay for these graphics here. The little bar here at the top, and this little bar here at the bottom, and the little webcam frame. And I made my own emotes. I learned how to do emotes. I can teach you guys how to do emotes. Super easy. Added a little bit of bling to it anyway. I didn't start out with all this. I started out on Twitch Studio, which is nothing, and I've just kind of over time slowly started adding to it and growing it, and it's morphed into this. This version, you guys are actually going to be the very first to see this. You YouTube people. On Twitch, like, this hasn't been live yet. Nobody's seen this particular view. So, consider yourselves lucky. Anyway, like I said, it's just about the life and the struggles, the things, that we're going through, the things we have to learn. And I'm going to try to teach you guys what I can. What knowledge I have, I'm going to share. I'm going to teach you guys how to make emotes. I'm going to teach you guys how to set this up. I'll teach you how to do sound alerts. I'll introduce you to different bots and things that I have found useful to do, like shout outs or whatever, different little call outs and stuff. I've got one that plays sounds. I've got one that does different stuff, so I'll teach you guys a little bit about that stuff and how to set some of that stuff up. And like, OBS was super intimidating when I first started, but now, like, from messing with it so much, I've really learned how to do a lot of things pretty fast. So I could teach you guys a lot of really neat shortcuts in making things the way you want them. So anyway, I started out streaming a couple different games, and one of the other things I did to get more followers and people coming to my channel was I would go into the game, like Apex or Fortnite, Overwatch 2, whatever it is, and when I get into the game, I'd say, hey, what's up, man? How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing great. Let's have a great game. I am streaming live on Twitch. If you guys like my gameplay or you want to come by and holler at me, hey, stop by. Drop me a like, drop me a follow, whatever. I appreciate you coming by. And we had a decent amount of people came by and, said what's up, dropped a follow or whatever, and watched for a while. A couple of them I went on, I played other games with them. And, of course, that builds you people you can play the games with, too. I went to every single Discord I was in. Every Discord I was in. And I told everybody, hey guys, I'm starting to stream now. This is my Twitch. Come give me a shout out. You know what I mean? And like, I have a group of guys I play Raid Shadow Legends with. And like 2 of those came by. I had another one I play another phone game with, The Walking Dead. One of those guys came by. 1 or 2 from here and there, so it builds up. And one of the suggestions I was given is pretty much that: join all the Discords you can, drop your links everywhere. The more people know you're streaming, the more people see that you're streaming, the more people can see that, the bigger the chances of somebody coming by. If 1,000 people see it and 1 comes, that's still 1 more than you had. Okay, at this point, that's still 1 more than you had. So it's well worth the effort of 2 seconds of posting the link. Try to keep your streams at least an hour. At least an hour. Like, you don't want to do little 5-minute streams. I try to avoid like impromptu streams all the time. But like, I think at the beginning it's not that bad. But like, once you get bigger, it's more important that you follow the schedule, because you want people to be able to see you. And if you're normally on at 5 to 7, oh, but today you're on at 4, they missed an hour of you, and some people might be upset. So it is what it is. Also, the longer you stream before you become an affiliate, the harder it's going to be to get your numbers up, because you have to have a certain average number of viewers. So shorter streams are a little bit better, especially if you don't have anybody watching. The next thing that was told to me was to get TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. I don't have it. I I don't understand how any of it works, but I'm gonna find out. So we'll see how that goes. The other thing was I was told make YouTube, so I made a YouTube. Here it is. I took a bunch of my streams and I went through, uh, and I had to sit through hours and hours and hours of my own footage, looking for stuff that was interesting or funny, you know, or things that I thought was really great. And so I picked out some of those primo choice bits that I've posted them here to YouTube, so you guys can see those and check those out if you like. Uh, like I said, it took a lot of time. At first, I was using Twitch's built-in thing, but I finally ended up getting an external program to do that for me because I just felt like it was a little easier. It's a little less hassly, and I've got plenty of room on my computer for files, so it really doesn't bother me. So as soon as I find out the Twitter and all that kind of stuff, we'll let y'all know how that goes. I really appreciate you guys coming by, and I'm going to go ahead and end this here, and we'll let you know more as things progress, and hopefully we'll go up, 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 and I can show you guys how, and you guys will be there with me for the journey. Thanks for coming by. Much clown love. Peace, God bless. Drop a like, follow, all that. Blah, 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 blah.